Thanks so much for joining us here at noon on this Thursday. I'm Brooke Hash. We are less than a month away from school for our JCPS families, and a lot of families still trying to figure out exactly how they plan to get to school. Two more parents now claiming the district's new transportation plan is discriminatory. A federal lawsuit's trying to stop JCPS from cutting buses to most magnet and traditional schools. Ashley Wright and Ingrid Payne are now joining Mary Bledsaw and Taryn Bell in that suit, claiming the civil rights of students are being stripped. The parents are also asking for a temporary restraining order to prevent JCPS from implementing the plan that first day of school. Teddy Gordon represents those parents and has sued JCPS dozens of times, saying the restraining order is necessary to ensure the district continues to provide proper transportation. These new documents have been filed, but not heard by a judge. And there is an important deadline approaching for JCPS families. You have until July 22nd to update your address. If your student is a bus rider, you can call your child's school or fill out that form online on the district's website. This ensures your student has a bus stop on the first day. Now, after this deadline, JCPS will not be adding any more stops.
Goal is that it's not adding more to the bus drivers and changing their routes right up to the last minute. It's making sure that our routing is efficient, that we have the stops where we need them, and to ensure a smooth first few weeks of school.
JCPS also said if you miss that deadline and your child still needs a stop, they can get one after school starts. It will, though, take a few weeks, but it will eventually be added. This November, Kentucky voters will have a say in how the Commonwealth schools are funded. You will have the chance to vote on the so-called school choice funding. If passed, Amendment 2 would change the state constitution and open the door for public dollars to go toward private and charter schools. Opponents say spreading out this funding would harm already hurting public schools. Supporters argue it gives Kentucky families more opportunity to give the best education for their kids.
This is not an attack on traditional public education. In fact, supporting charter schools is a way of expanding the public opportunities available to parents.
Resources that we could use to put a teacher in every classroom, and amidst the teacher shortage, we know we need that. A bus driver on every bus. And if you've been in Jefferson County and not under a rock, you know that that's needed for us too.
On Election Day, a yes vote on Amendment 2 would allow for new laws supporting public dollars to go to private institutions. A no vote would keep funding in the existing public system. And do not forget, Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Putting all of our eyes on this afternoon, though, a nice picture-perfect day, right, Alden?
Yeah, it's going to be quite nice out there, a little bit hotter than what it has been, or at least since yesterday. And we started off this morning on the cool side. Temperatures in the low 70s here in the metro, even in the low 60s in a few spots. Only 63 in Shelbyville this morning, and 63 in Frankfort. So a pretty comfortable start to our Thursday afternoon. Looks pretty nice out there right now. A nice view of the skyline from our First Savings Bank camera. However, it's already 85 degrees at Muhammad Ali International Airport. Bowman Field coming in at 80 degrees. We do have a little bit of a hazy sky out there. It feels like the upper 80s right now, so it is another hot afternoon. It's going to feel hotter this afternoon as well. 85 in the heart of downtown Sellersburg, already at 87 degrees, and it's much cooler outside of the metro in that urban heat island, where it's only 81 in Shelbyville, 81 in LaGrange, and 80 degrees in Brandenburg. Those feels like temperatures are going to be the bigger story, though, especially over the next few days. It feels like almost 90 here in the city and in Shepherdsville. So we're going to notice that increase in humidity, particularly for tomorrow and part of the weekend. But otherwise, we have clear skies across much of the area. Just some fair weather cumulus clouds developing at the moment. So all in all, a hot afternoon, but a nice afternoon. Our highs today will top out near 90 degrees. We might overachieve a couple of degrees here before we see those temperatures gradually fall overnight, but it's going to be a bit milder tonight and waking up tomorrow morning. I told you a heat wave is going to be getting underway soon. I'll let you know ahead how hot things are going to be getting this time around.
All right, Alden, we are seeing more damage in Mount Vernon, Indiana, where the National Weather Service said an EF3 tornado touched down earlier this week. Entire shipping containers flipped over, power lines down, train cars knocked off their tracks. Winds from that tornado reached 140 miles an hour. And more than 1 million people are still without power in Texas, where Hurricane Beryl first hit as a Category 1 hurricane. It was more than triple this amount just a few days ago. And according to the electric company Energy Texas, all power is expected to be restored to its customers on Sunday. There is a search for the person who killed a man in the Russell neighborhood. Metro Police responded to West Madison Street for a welfare check around 8:30 last night. That's when they found a man dead from a gunshot wound. The homicide unit is investigating. And investigators also need your help finding and identifying the people who started this fire at a Shively business. Take a look at your screen. The local arson bureau is looking for this car and 3 suspects. Surveillance video shows the fire being set just after 1 a.m. at the wholesale gyms on Dixie Highway. And then you see people getting into what looks like a silver Nissan Pathfinder before speeding off. If you have any information on this, you are urged to contact the Metro Arson Bureau, and the number there is at the bottom of your screen. That's 574-3721. Metro Police trying to track down a man they say has been exposing himself to women. Police have received multiple reports of a man driving in front of homes in this black Lexus and yelling or honking to get the attention of women inside. He then exposed himself from the window and driveway. Police say reports have come from neighborhoods near Westport Road, Goose Creek, and Audubon Hospital on Poplar Level. The first came on May 30th, and then most recent incident June 30th. If you know anything about these incidents, call police. That anonymous tip line, again, 574-LMPD. You can also